Lods, mukhang may bago ka na naman ah. Oo, itong bagong PALIT GeForce RTX 4060 Dual. Di ba gaming graphics card yan? Yes, gaming graphics card to. Ito yung latest. Yan pala pinag-uusapan ng mga fans mo. Sino mga fans? Hindi mo alam? Ang kukulit nila. Parang mga grade 2. Oh. Ito, tinan mo. Tinan ko nga. O nga, no? Dami nila. Oo, nag-aantay lang ng shoutout mo yan. Paano ko siya shoutout to isa-isa? Dami nila, oh. Oo, sobrang nilang kulit. Talaga nag-aabang ng review mo niyan, eh. Itong 4060. Bilis, tapusin mo na para ma-upload mo na. Hi guys, it's me, one of Gadget Sidekick. Welcome back to my channel. So as we can see that this one is 8 gigs of memory. And here it says that it supports cutting-edge GPUs, realistic and immersive graphics, AI-accelerated performance, which is the NVIDIA DLSS 3, game-winning response, well, NVIDIA Reflex. It's built for live streaming, AI-enhanced voice and video, fast-track your creativity and performance and reliability. And what's nice is that it also supports this one. Maker, design your own graphics card, make it the only one and only. But of course, before we go any further, let's open this box. So right now, guys, we're going to open our all-new PALIT GeForce RTX 4060. And this one supports DLSS 3, Ray Tracing, Reflex, and Studio. It has 8 gigs of RAM. And this one is said to be the ultimate platform for gamers and creators. We'll see about that. So right now, let's open. Sweet. Let's see what's inside. Oh, nice. Whoop, whoop. So you can see dual fans over here. And yeah, it's GeForce RTX. PALIT logo is over here. Here's your PCIe port. And then like the design of the backplate, this one gives you better cooling at the back. You can see the heatsinks over here. So better exhaust, I believe. And this is how it looks like here on the other side. 3 DP port and 1 HDMI port. So right now we'll be slapping it here to our motherboard. So right now, this is the RTX 4060 from PALIT. So since I told you a while ago, this one supports the Maker program from PALIT. So I have here some 3D printed cover for my 4060. And so I got some of the files from PALIT to be able to print some of these really nice and awesome cover for my graphics card. And of course, a quick shout out to my good friend Alvin for printing this for me. I know it's not yet really that perfect, but of course, this is just for starters. We'll be making something better than this one pretty soon. Just follow me on my Facebook page and I'll be updating you what this one, the final form of this card would look like after I pick this one. Now, most likely it would look something like this once I cover this one. You can see that the Gadget Sidekick logo is over here, which looks pretty nice and nifty. And of course, we printed another backplate over here with Gadget Sidekick logo plus some of the design default from PALIT website. So this is looking something like this. I'll need to paint this one. So yeah, comment on the comment section below what color you would want to see this one being painted. And this one is an alternative, having my own logo over here, which is pretty nice. Thanks, Alvin. So I've been running this graphics card for roughly 2 weeks already on my main PC. And this is the configuration that I have. So we'll be putting the PALIT RTX 4060 to a test here. And together we are using the HyperX Stinger 2 as well as the HyperX Alloy Origins. But we'll be doing a separate video for these two devices. So right now we're using AIDA64 to put the GPU to a full stress test. And we can see here on the graph that the temperature is running at around an average of 59 to 60 on a enclosed case here. I'm using the Cooler Master case here, and I can say that the temperature is pretty decent here, around 60 to 61 on average, which is not bad for a full load. So we're also trying to see the power consumption of the RTX 4060 here. So we're seeing a mean average of around 115 to 120 here on full load for the RTX 4060, which, well, they say that it's a lot more efficient, a lot more power saving as compared to the 3060 Ti and 4060 Ti. So running some benchmark over here using the 3D Mark test, so we can see that the Port Royal score over here, we were able to gather a 5,853 points. And this is the result of the Port Royal stress test. And we were able to gather an average of 2,513 points here on the Speedway score. Trying the time spy, we can see that we were able to gather a 10,207 points here for this benchmarking and further checking. And trying the time spy extreme, we were able to gather an average of 4,875 points. So we played a couple of games here using our RTX 4060 on some of the titles and using it on 1080p, turning on ray tracing and DLSS. I was able to enjoy most of the titles that I played. So on Cyberpunk, I was able to get an average of 76 FPS, and the gameplay was quite smooth. This game, there are times that it would run a little bit below 70 plus, so sometimes at around 65, but most of the average is around 75 or 76 based on what I see. Then playing Lies of P, this one I was able to get an average of around 140 FPS on this game, and playing this and the gameplay was really immersive. And I can say that there are not really that much frame drops if I'm based on my observation. Playing this game for roughly 30 minutes, this was quite a good game to play. Then playing the game Red Dead Redemption 2, I was able to get an average of 60 to around 63 FPS on this game, and it has been consistent almost all throughout the game. Then playing the Asphalt 9 Legends, I was able to attain mostly a 58 to 60 FPS on average. Most of the time, based on my checking, it was around 60, 59, or 61, but more consistently as around 59 to be exact. Then finally playing Doom Eternal, I was able to gather an average of 140 to 144 FPS throughout the whole game. It was running at around 141, 142, peaking at around 146, and mostly averages around 143 to 144. And I was able to play all of this title on 1440p, and it was all playable. Just expect the FPS to be a little bit lower, around 20% lower as compared to what you'll be seeing on a 1080p performance. Now, based on what I see here on the website of NVIDIA, the RTX 4060 was almost able to beat the RTX 3060 on almost every gameplay here based on this chart. Now, based on other reviewers, the 4060, if you turn off the ray tracing and DLSS, the 3060 Ti was able to perform better than the 4060. But once you turn on the ray tracing and DLSS 3, you'll be able to feel that this card is more relevant and a little bit better than the 3060 Ti. And of course, the best feature from this 4060 is the power consumption is way lower than the other cards. And well, NVIDIA marketed this as for 1080p gaming, but we can also use this for 1440 gaming. And I also tried this one on Premiere Pro, and the performance is not so bad. And well, honestly, it has cut my export time to roughly around 20% better as compared to my old 3060. Now, if you're asking me if this card is good for entry-level gaming, I would give you really a yes. And this one, priced at $299 US, is pretty much fair as compared to the 3060 when it first hit the market. And of course, if you want to experience the features like DLSS 3 and some of the other AI being featured on this card, well, this is probably the best one that you can try on a entry-level price point. And of course, the option to be able to create your own customized back cover and front cover is probably another thing that you could consider if you like to customize your own graphics card, according to your taste, of course. Now, who should buy this card? The RTX 4060 is more geared toward the budget-conscious gamer, the content creators, and probably the people who like to experience some of the new features that, of course, NVIDIA has launched with a budget price point. Now, with that said, if you are interested to buy one of these cards, I'll be linking everything on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads here from my channel. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.